I had Nolan join a group for me. It's a group called Dream Meanings and Interpretations. I saw that and I said, you know what? I got a dream or two or a few or several or many that I could share. Turns out I'm a very active dreamer. I can't stop moving even when I'm asleep. I scream, I thrash, I kick, I punch, and I strangle. And from what Victoria told me, I may even be dying in my sleep. I never realized that from anybody else. But it takes me back to this dream I had once when I was in the army. We were just out in the field, and I set up my hammock and put my poncho liner over low level. I didn't sleep on the ground unless I had to. And I was sleeping. And I had this dream that I jumped into a pool. I was at some house and there was a pool out back. It was nighttime. It was a party of some sort. There were people there. It wasn't like, everybody was crazy. But I jumped into the pool, and when I was coming up to the surface, I went, boom. I go, what? And I could see above the surface. I could see people standing there, and I was pressed up against it. And my face, it was like there was a sheet of glass over the surface, and I couldn't get up. I couldn't come up. And I was like trying, and I could see the people, and they were just kind of looking at me. And all of a sudden I woke up. And I thought, that's weird. And then I realized I'm not breathing. And I said, wow. I was just laying there in the first seconds of waking up, and I wasn't breathing at all, and I'd been underwater for who knows how long. And I had questioned. That's what made me realize, actually, after that, I said, you see that? Everybody talks about the perfection of humanity, and the human's body is not perfect. Sometimes, maybe, there's just a glitch, and you don't get the message to breathe. Even your brain's lazy. It's out back getting a sandwich or something, wondering why the hell there's a bunch of Molson and Stella and mistakenly bought non-alcoholic Labatt in the background. It should be up there telling you, you gotta breathe, man. Medulla oblongata. Medulla oblongata. I know, oblongata. Baby. Don't you know that I know that? And since I've been with Victoria, she tells me that when I sleep, sometimes I just go through the motions of like I'm breathing, but I'm not. Like, it's not like I'm struggling or anything. I'm just acting like I'm breathing and I'm not. And then I wake up after some time and I go, and I go back to sleep. How long has this been going on? I'm not a screaming snorer. This is not your typical sleep apnea. I think I'm fucking dying. Isn't there a pill for that? Sky blue. I don't know. Maybe with that guy from Malcolm in the Middle, I had the drugs I needed. I'm not getting into that. That's like heroin to me. Well, no. Heroin I've never tried at all. I have no interest. Simply because I'm afraid I would like it too much. But so I'm having dreams. And a man's got those limitations. You stay away from the shit that could get you in trouble. That's why I don't drink hard liquor. If I drank hard liquor, it'd be the end of me. I like beer. Makes me a jolly good fellow. I like beer. It helps me unwind. And sometimes it makes him feel mellow. Makes him feel mellow. Oh, whiskey's too much. Champagne costs too much. Oh, that's my Tom T. Hall impersonation. So there it is. I may be even dying in my sleep. I'm so active. As a matter of fact, last night, I had a multitude of dreams that were all connected. I kept switching between them, and coming into different places, and there was stuff. You know, it's not so unusual, but ask Carlo Castaneda. Carlos, what did you dream last night? Don't fuck with me, you don't want to know. It came around to the end where I came into a new dream. There were dreams of war. I talked about them with Victoria this morning. I can't even get to the bottom of all of it. There was just shoo. I was shooting through places. And I came into the last one, I think, and I was in a field, like a track and field at a high school type, but it wasn't high school. There were some bleachers, but it was just a place for people to be. And I was just in this field, and all of a sudden there was this huge balloon grew in front of me, and it was a color I can't really tell you. It was like a mixture of red and purple and pink. Somehow it was visceral, and I couldn't explain it at first, but there was that balloon, and it had this strand coming to me, and then it turned to a parachute type thing, like some kind of, like a parachute type thing, and the wind was picking it up, and that strand was rolling, and as I think of it now, I grabbed a hold of it before it got away, and I wrapped it around my hand so I'd have it snug, and it felt like soft muscle, and it had these strands, and I was getting up to it, and I reached with my other hand to grab a hold of it. When I got to it, this foil type of thing, and I grabbed a hold of it, pulled away, and I felt stuff on my hands, and I looked, and the whole top of it was like a beehive almost, and I pulled out a chunk of the honeycomb that was there, and there were these bees on my hand, and I threw the honeycomb down, and these bees were all over my hand, and this parachute's trying to pull away from me, And they started stinging, and I was looking, they started stinging me. I could feel them stinging me. Oh, and I looked, and they were on me, and they took on this great golden appearance, and not just like a color, like light and like energy itself. They were golden, they were beautiful, and they were on my hand, and they were stinging me. But I was like, and as this thing's pulling me away, I reached down into the grass, the beautiful grass, and I could feel the dew and the morning light, And I had dreams of night and everywhere else in this dreamscape thing that I went through. But I wiped the bees off, and I could feel the dew, the morning dew, and I said, and it picked me up, and I said, and I was flying. I was almost flying. I was just suspending, and I was getting some elevation. I'm going to levitate one day, and when I do it, I want to show you. It's going to be pretty cool. I haven't, but I'm gonna. Why not? Everybody's doing it. Right after I vote, I'll levitate. And this thing picked me up and started pulling me across, and I knew it was getting in my head. I knew it was time. I was getting ready to wake up. I was like, it's almost time to wake up. I knew I was dreaming. And so I let it pull me straight out, like with my legs out, and I put one hand in a fist because I had the other one, and so I had both hands in a fist because this one was wrapped around, and I was like, and I was like, for the people, I was acting like I was flying like Superman, across the top of them. And then I felt my knees starting. I looked down, my knees were dropping, my legs started getting heavy the same way it is when I swim. And I was like, fuck, I guess this is the end of that. And the alarm went off. So I have dreams, doesn't everybody? Cigarette went out. I've actually got one written down in here. Let me turn the spotlights off. Screw it. I could use them for reading. Like this. So yeah, dreamscapes and interpretations. I'm in the group. Pulled this out of my bag of tricks as I'm going through things slowly. I keep finding things. Here's one. I'm going to read you a dream. That way we know it's current and, I'm not just making it up. Presidential Dream / movie. 16 August 2007, 5:15 a.m. Basement with friends. I wrote this down when I woke up. When I woke up from it. It ends at like 6:27. I'm a slow writer. So it's just written like woke up dream and dream diary type of thing. This is why I can't keep a dream diary, if you ask. If you make it to the end, you understand. It's too much time. Presidential Dream / movie. 16 August 7, 05:15. Basement with friends. After Back to the Future Michael J. Fox dream segment that ran him / me back to a lost epoch of time at a structure between a ziggurat and an Egyptian pyramid. A lot of sex. Palaver with Pharaoh fella. I was sent for. Went upstairs to find I was in White House. Was new president. Had brought some of my friends, in reality, unknown people. Hillary Clinton was there. Don't remember why, but she was in an acting as somewhat spousal status, and everybody knew it wasn't real. She didn't like it. Wanted to run things. Wanted to run me out. A lot of hubbub going on in common areas with the novelty of me being president. Wanted a bit of personal space. Went to check out my den/nice office chair. Through 2 open doors, saw Hillary in bathroom across the hall. Backside undressed, getting in shower. Instinctively, out of personal respect, looked away. Still saw her congealed, dimply ass, standing there thinking, she's still supposed to be my wife. Might as well get a look. Checked out scene from where I was. Saw her profile through frosted glass shower door, bending down to wash. Nice tits. Standing, still nice tits. Looked away and back. She was out in a nice set of bra and panties. Looked at me from across hall. I kind of shrugged and smiled. Came to my den after dressed, acting friendly, and took me to a TV room. Opened a cabinet with VCR tapes, said, "Here," and handed me a collection of Playboy videotapes. Innocently enough, I said, "Oh no, if I ever started watching these things, I'd probably never leave this room." She eyed me, kind of chagrined. It occurred to me that may have been what she'd hoped for, letting her run the show. I said, "There are others." "Oh," she said, "there are others." Flipping through tapes, I saw the Halloween collection. Said, "Wow, I haven't seen all those. I might just take some time off one day and catch up on that." She seemed as though her ploy was a bust. Betrayed, slight disappointment. Said, "Maybe it's time you met some of your cabinet." Led me back out to front desk. Hubbub still about. Introduced and left me to a sincere enough looking older gentleman who said, "Mr. President, I have things for you to look at." There were a couple of green file folders on the corner of a crowded desk, so my job was actually beginning. I peeled back the corner of one to look inside. He said, No need to look at that here, sir. You can read them at your leisure." Told him thank you. Took him. Bustle. Dropping slippery folders. Make my way to den/office. Peaceful quiet there, with sun's growth lighting room. The Secret Service guy comes in, someone I trust. With stuffed animals. See Dad's orangutan. "Hey!" Hug soft, furry fella to me and say, "You can get rid of all those others." Wants me to keep the bear with the built-in compass. Hillary's cousin's husband, children running, havoc, cooking staff, husband's mittens after shaking my hand, wrestling him down/off me, tell him to get out, cut it out, not worth it to hit him so they can make a few bucks. Hillbilly wife squatted there screaming, "A few?" "We're in it for the big bucks." Kids rampant. "Get out of here." I'm going to be shaking the hands of world leaders from here to Timbuktu, and you're trying to give me mittens? Has my foot in his hand. I can see green crud on his knuckles. Looks sly and says, doctors told me it started on my feet. Jerkfoot. Get out. Tell wife. I guess people like the sound of children in the White House. Oh, I love the pattering and playing children. Personally, I'd prefer the sound of a morgue. Angrily, she leaves. I want to start working on getting to know my job so I can do it well, get paid, and really start partying. There's a dream from 2010, 2007. Funny, that was August in an election year. I'm amazed I haven't even had the opportunity to tell people in interviews, saying, oh, you ever think about running for president? I haven't had the chance to be able to go, oh, no, I wouldn't want that job. But look at this. I'm already dreaming of being president-elect. I've dreamed of being president. And you see that? That was 2007. Year before the 2008 elections. That's the year Hillary ran against Obama. And she didn't get to trick him out of it either. Wow, no, Hillary was there in 2004. She must have been thinking about doing it again. That's why he dreamed it. And then she saw how it turned out. She didn't get nothing. You people and your dream interpretations and meanings and things like that. What do you think about all this? Come on. Tell me something I don't know. I mean it.